Every year, millions of people walk onto used car lots looking for one thing: a cheap sport utility vehicle. And that makes total sense. Sport utility vehicles are practical, they sit higher on the road, and for families they are basically a requirement at this point. But some of the cheapest sport utility vehicles on the market are cheap for a very good reason. The previous owners could not wait to get rid of them. Today we are counting down 10 affordable sport utility vehicles that look like bargains on the surface, but will quietly bleed your wallet dry. The further we go, the worse they get. Number 10. The Hyundai Venue. Hyundai has been on a winning streak lately, but the Venue sits at the very bottom of the lineup, and it shows. The biggest problem is something no other SUV in this class forces you to deal with. There is no available all-wheel drive in any trim level. For a vehicle marketed as an SUV, that is a tough sell anywhere that gets rain or snow. The ride bounces harshly over rough roads, and the 121 horsepower engine feels completely out of its depth on the highway. Spending a few thousand more on a Kona solves every one of these problems. Number 9. The Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. The price makes this look like a steal. But Mitsubishi paired a 148 horsepower engine with a continuously variable transmission, known as a CVT, that drones loudly under acceleration and makes the whole thing feel slower than the numbers suggest. Competitors like the Kia Seltos and the Hyundai Kona offer similar base horsepower, but feel far more refined thanks to better tuned transmissions and newer platforms. The interior materials feel a decade behind those rivals, and the infotainment system was outdated years ago. A used Kia Seltos at the same price delivers a dramatically better experience. Number 8. The first-generation Chevy Trax. Chevrolet sold the original Trax from 2015 through 2022, and it was one of the cheapest small sport utility vehicles available. They eventually replaced it with an all-new model that is actually good. However, the used market is flooded with old examples. The 1.4-litre turbo sounds impressive on paper, but in real life it delivers sluggish acceleration. Rear seats are cramped, even for children, and cargo space barely fits a couple of grocery bags. Resale value is terrible, so you will take a big loss when you sell it later. Number 7. The Volkswagen Taos. Consumer Reports ranked the Taos as one of the least reliable vehicles you could buy in 2024, placing it near the very bottom of their entire reliability rankings. Engine problems were the primary concern. The 2025 refresh brought a more powerful 174 horsepower engine and a new touchscreen, but whether those changes actually fix the underlying reliability issues remains to be seen. For the same money, the Honda HR-V and Toyota Corolla Cross are substantially more dependable choices. Number 6. The Ford EcoSport. Originally designed for markets like India and Brazil, the EcoSport always felt like it was not built with American roads in mind. The rear hinge swing gate opens to the side like a refrigerator door, making loading in tight parking spaces a nightmare. Cargo space is small compared to most subcompact SUVs, despite similar pricing. Highway cabin noise is genuinely loud and unpleasant. Ford discontinued it in 2022 because the competition simply left it behind. If you are finding this helpful, hit subscribe. We cover automotive topics like this every week, helping you make smarter decisions before you spend your money. Number 5. The Nissan Rogue, specifically 2008 through 2020 models. The Rogue looks like a smart buy on the surface, decent features, a comfortable ride, and good fuel economy. But hiding underneath is Nissan's notorious CVT transmission, which has been the subject of multiple class action lawsuits. Owners have reported shuddering, overheating, complete transmission failure, and repair bills exceeding $4,000. Models from 2008 through 2016 are the worst offenders, but even 2019 and 2020 models generated enough complaints to trigger another class action. That smooth, fuel-efficient CVT becomes a lot less appealing when it fails at 70,000 miles. Number 4. The Fiat 500X. It has Italian styling, distinctive looks, and used prices that have dropped significantly. But that price drop happened for a reason. Repair costs are substantially higher than comparable SUVs from Honda or Toyota. Parts are expensive, finding a qualified mechanic is difficult outside major cities, and electrical problems have been documented across multiple model years. The 500X wins you over at the dealership and slowly breaks your heart in the service bay. Number 3, the Jeep Patriot. Sold from 2007 to 2017 as the affordable way into the Jeep brand. Jeep achieved that low price by cutting costs everywhere. The interior is Spartan to the point of being unpleasant. The continuously variable transmission generated serious complaints, including whining noises, overheating, and outright failure. The 2008, 2009, and 2011 models were the worst, with transmission repairs running over $2,000. Crash test scores were also disappointing for a vehicle many families depended on. Number 2, the first-generation Jeep Compass. The newer Compass is competent. The original version, sold from 2007 through 2016, is a different story entirely. The continuously variable transmission had a tendency to overheat during highway driving, causing the vehicle to lose power until it cooled down. Losing speed at 70 miles per hour is not just inconvenient, it is dangerous. Electrical problems compounded everything, making the Compass unreliable, with engine shutdowns while driving and gauges going haywire across multiple model years. Built on the same platform as the Dodge Caliber and the Jeep Patriot, it inherited all their compromises with none of the ruggedness the Jeep badge promises, and the SUV that tops this entire list. Number 1, the Dodge Journey. If one vehicle defines the phrase cheap for a reason, this is it. Produced from 2009 through 2020, the Journey went 11 years without a meaningful redesign. The 2009 model alone accumulated nearly 1,600 NHTSA complaints and 8 recalls. Electrical failures dominate, with over 800 reports of dead batteries, malfunctioning windows, and engines shutting off without warning. Some owners replaced the battery 6 times in a single year. Dodge recalled over 800,000 vehicles to address defective power modules and wiring issues. Engine overheating, interior water leaks, and transmission failures pile on across nearly every model year. If you see a Journey at a price that seems too good to pass up, do yourself a favor and pass on it anyway. So there you have it. 10 cheap SUVs that will cost you far more than they're worth. A low sticker price is not the same thing as a good deal. The real cost shows up in repair bills, in reliability, and in how it treats you 5 years down the road. If you want to see which affordable SUVs are actually worth buying, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.